if you're going to collect money.
I got a couple of questions, if I may, please. Okay, so basically, if I hear correctly, Mr. Nguyen, you say no fee, or you're not sure yet?
Well, like to
This is your parade, right?
Yes.
This is not the city council
I
parade.
apologize to correct your term.
Okay.
It's not my parade. It's the community parade.
Okay.
It's everyone, so it's not my parade. But we make a decision to right now. We make a decision. There's not accepting fees at the moment. Okay, but put this way, it will continue just for the purpose. Early, the recommendation from the mayor and also the vice mayor. As a group, we'll talk that again.
So you're not sure? No. You and your organization is not sure?
We'll make decisions at the moment, at this point.
Kind of like trust me kind of things.
No, not trust me. I never say that. I don't say that. At the moment, as a group, we agreed upon early, we would not accept fee for, entry fee for participants, okay, at the moment. But we'll talk again with our group, among our group, either to have a low fee, entry fee or no fee. We will talk, but at the moment, yes, there's no fee.
So you don't really have a plan right now, is that correct? Is that a fair statement?
Well, are we going to stick to this no fee aspect? Because how about this? Just to make excuse on the public record, we have low fee, just for that. Okay.
No fee.
Okay. Just for public record aspect.
All right. So you have a new concept of running a Tet Parade.
Yes.
Is that correct? So no fee, and your goal is basically make it like a cultural base, and that will cause people to say, "Wow, I want to be there." Attending, watching the Tet Parade and the city of Westminster,
yes.
Little Saigon. Is that what you're
That's our
saying?
intention. Yes, okay. That is the intention.
Okay.
That
Have you ever done any test run of a parade, Tet Parade, someplace, somewhere that you can put your theory into test?
Back in 2008.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was one of the organizers back in 2008 with then City Councilwoman of Garden Grove. So that event was very successful, and also everything is on time. So I've done it in the past. Same thing with 2009 with Andy Quat, the former council member, and also Mr. Phong Tran here. He was one of the original organizer of.
So you did it in 2008. Okay.
I did.
You participated in a.
No. I was one organizer.
Organizer. So yeah. What do you do? What do you do exactly? What was your job?
I was running, helping with the fundraising aspect. I was helping with the organizing participants. To also help organize which float go first, which float go after, or second. So doing all that stuff. I was very hands-on with the former Garden Grove City Council woman, Duy Nguyen.
Oh, okay. And how much did you raise in that particular year?
To be honest, I don't know. That was that was 11 years ago.
Okay. So did you get paid for that position?
I don't get paid. I volunteered.
That's a volunteer, okay. So you were talking about Mr. Phat Bui and his organization doesn't have a non-profit status, is that correct?
Yes.
And do you have one yet?
In process, because it takes about 6 months to 12 years, 6 months to 12 months to get a non-profit status, paperwork approval. So we're in process. We have paperwork in place.
So you don't have one?
No, I never said I have one. I said it's in process. But this organization right here, the Vietnamese of Southern California, has a non-profit. If you have questions, if you concerns.
Okay, so his is something else, totally different, right? It's not like Little Saigon.
No, it's not. Like I mentioned earlier, Mr. Phat Bui's organization existed since 2014. They have not had a non-profit. Our group just formed recently, and we already have paperwork in process.
Okay, so you criticize Mr. Phat Bui, Tet organization.
You're talking about a 2 months organization
have.
Versus a 5 months, 5 years organizations? Is that that's a fair comparison?
Oh no, you were saying that
I'm stating because he's stating what I.
Well, you have to wait until I finish.
I'm stating what he stated to me first.
The city council.
Yeah, go ahead.
I try to understand. So you were telling everybody that he doesn't have a nonprofit status, and you don't even have it right now? Is that correct?
A nonprofit, like I mentioned earlier, a nonprofit.
Is that a yes or no?
It's not the question cannot be yes or no, sir.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, let me put it this way. I'm sorry, you done?
Can I finish my question? I just want to understand what's going on. You know what? This is free enterprise. I mean, I love competition. I mean, it's a competition, keep everybody honest. So I don't have a problem with you trying to organize a parade in the same day. But you say you're participating in the parade that 2008. It's like 11 years ago, right? I mean, it's been
I did not say
a while,
participate.
right?
I was one organizer.
So do you have any, you're not going to plan to raise any money?
No.
Okay, you're going to self-finance your parade?
I never said we never say anything. Mr. Council, we never say anything about self-financing. We have other alternatives, such as we promote our parade by do tourism, work with other local travel agency to promote the event. Okay, we never say self-finance. Please do not put words into my mouth. No, put words into the record itself. I never said that.
Okay, I just want to understand. I totally understand.
You understand what I said. You understand what I said, but you also put words into my mouth. I never said that, Mr. Councilman.
Are you done? Can I ask my questions?
Go ahead.
Okay. So how are you going to pay for the parade with all the resources?
You want how we pay for parade? Well,
Yes.
Like I said earlier, we have different methods of raising capital. Okay.
Okay.
We don't self-fund. We're not rich like Mr. Huang Q, the billionaires. We're not like Mr. Phat Bui. Yes, but at the same time, we have different sources to raise capital. Okay, we're not going traditional route. We have different sources, different ways of raising capital.
Okay. It's
Like I mentioned earlier, I apologize to interrupt you one more time. Like I mentioned earlier, in sense of financials, once we granted this permit, I will, like I mentioned earlier, I'll be very transparent. I will show my financial to the city council, to the mayor, whomever. I would be very, very transparent.
Okay.
That's
So you
something
promise you're gonna have fun.
I will
You
be,
promise that you're gonna be transparent.
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't have any concrete plan to come up with a capital to pay for all the resources for the Tet Parade? Is that correct?
Our resources, like I said, we have alternative sources and also alternative way of raising capitals.
Like what? What alternative sources?
Do I need to disclose my sources, or do I need to disclose my strategy? I'm just, like I said, we have different sources, different alternative ways of raising capital.
Okay, so I still I haven't heard any concrete plan from
Unfortunately,
you at all.
our plans it's our plans. I love to disclose to you in public because right now it's our plans. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose to you.
Okay, so it's not transparent.
I'm talking about when I raise the capital, I'll be transparent.
But you're not right now.
At the moment, it's a plan. It's a plan. It's a plan.
Okay, so we have to.
It's a plan, Mr. Councilman.
So you're asking the council to approve your application to put up a Tet Parade when you have your last participant in the parade is like 11 years ago, and you have no evidence that you can raise funds to pay for the Tet Parade.
So basically you're asking me to provide you with a business plan which never required part of the application process. You're asking me to disclose my business plan, which is not part of the application process. Is it a part of the applicant process?
I think
I'm doing what we're
to be
required by the
fair
city
to the
itself.
applicant, I really don't think he should be interrogated. What do you think,
I have to.
our attorney?
Well, excuse me. Let me finish my.
I-
You have your turn. Let me. Try
I
to
haven't
understand
even
you.
had my
I'm not trying to
turn.
attacking you, sir. I'm trying to understand.
No, I know you're not attacking
Because-
me. You just
because-
kind of be a little bit critical, but that's understandable. I'm okay with critical aspect, but in sense of documentation with the city-wise, I think I met the requirements. Can anyone disagree with that? I think I have.
I agree. I think, first of all.
Excuse me. I'm
Yeah,
talking.
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm
Excuse me,
talking
I'm
now.
talking. We're not
You
done
know
yet.
what? The thing
I'm
is,
not done yet.
it is not part
I
of
am
the
talking.
application
All right.
process.
Do me a favor, I'm
To
talking.
every single year.
I am talking.
No,
Excuse
you're
me.
done.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
every single year,
I am
all we
talking.
require is that you pay what.
Would you
the
shut up?
cost-
Let me finish my
Hey,
questioning.
You know what?
No. Let me talk.
No.
All right.
You talk
Council.
too much already, and I think you're
City
being.
Council. City
You're
Council.
pestering.
I like to take a 5
Wait.
minute
I'm not.
recess.
I'd like to
I
have a couple
call
questions,
for
ma'am.
5-minute recess. All right? 5-minute recess.
Morning.
Oh, gentlemen, I apologize. We have
Likewise,
to.
likewise, my apologies.
You know
to
what? The city gonna commit a lot of resources to help you with the Tet Parade, and it's fair for me to ask you critical questions and make sure you be number one, capable of running the parade. Number two, that you will be able to pay for all the services that the city will be providing for you and your organization. Does it make any sense?
No, first,
It doesn't make any sense?
No, please let me answer the question. Now, first, I'd like to take an opportunity to apologize. My outburst earlier, my temper. I apologize for that. I do agree what you said. I understand your concerns. I do understand your questions has a purpose. I understand that. So I do appreciate your questions. But to go back, like I said earlier, right now at the application process, I met the requirements of the city for the application itself. And since everything else, after the fact, I welcome if you have additional questions, please reach out to me. My phone number is in the application. You are welcome to call me and ask me any questions, any concerns you have about the events. But I know that with my past experience, I'm more prepared to run this event than anyone else. Like Mr. Phat Bui, in the past, he didn't have any event. The first time he ran a parade, he did not have experience either. I did. The people who supported me and helped me, they have had experience. So I surrounded myself with well-prepared individual with experience. Okay, in the sense of finance, it was not part of the application process. So I would like to stick to the application process, the question aspect itself. But after the fact, you have my phone number. You're welcome to call me with any concerns, any questions you have about my financial aspect. Okay.
So you don't have the 6-7 Tet Parade experience like Mr. Phat Bui and his organization? Is that a fair statement to say?
The experience, I have about 2 years Tet Parade experience. He has roughly about over 10 years. He has about 2 years of events.
Okay.
I think combined ourselves and this gentleman have roughly about 10 years with multiple community events. I think among us, we have over 40 years experience of running events and parade. So I think to satisfy your concern, I think we have that experience met.
So, okay. And can you commit tonight that you will fully pay the city for all the costs and that the city will not have to use taxpayer money to bail you out because you cannot raise your money?
I'm a taxpayer.
And,
so I don't want,
as you stated earlier that you can?
as a taxpayer myself, I do not want my tax money to pay for different community events. I will pay the city
Well,
the
let me
full
make it
amount.
clear, that is a condition of the approval.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah.
So just to reconfirm,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. You say you have experience, right? You run a campaign before, right?
Councilmember Do,
Experience?
Councilmember Do, Councilmember Do, I
Like I
think
said,
that you asked
Councilmember-
that
Just have one
question
more
many
question.
You
times.
have
Yeah,
asked
one more
that question already.
No question.
Councilmember
It's
Do,
a
you
very
asked
fair
that question
statement.
many times.
Councilman,
I
You
mean,
have
like,
experience running a campaign before, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
You have experience running for public office before, right?
Yes, a couple times.
You never mentioned that.
Was that part of the questions in the application
Well, it's
aspect?
experience running a campaign.
Councilmember Do, I think that question
So,
relating
do you have
to the
any
parade.
military service experience?
I'm currently a state California Reserve.
Okay.
You'd like to see my military ID?
No, I'm just asking questions. So,
My question is, you questioned that, I'll show you my military ID if you need it. I show you my state order from the Governor Brown. If you want to see, I'll show it up to you.
I just want to make sure that you have enough integrity that the city can trust
I don't think my integrity
to,
ever been questioned, unlike
so
certain
they have to
individuals.
sponsor the parade for you, so.
Yeah.
Thank you. No further questions.
Okay, my thinking is very much in sync with Vice Mayor Ho, that I would like to see something better this year. I mean, for the 2020, the Tet Parade, to celebrate New Year, meaningful and cultural event.
Yes.
So I hope that your group can do that. So with that, I'd like to make a motion to grant a permit to your group, which is the Little Saigon Westminster Tet Parade organization. And along with that, I see there are two organizations that from the Vietnamese community of Southern Californians, and also the Committee of Maintaining the Rightful National Flag of Republic of Vietnam.
All right, we have the motion on the floor, and I second it. We have a motion and a second.
I just want to say something really quick. I don't see Mr. Phat Bui here, and I know you called his name, and so I'd love to hear from him as well. So we really don't have a choice because we do have to make that decision tonight. So I think this is a good group for us to work with. Hopefully, you know, you won't disappoint us. As I said, I'm looking for peace and harmony back in this town. Okay, and I believe you should leave all your financial options open. And FYI, when a federation president, well, since 2000, I think it was 2000, and staff Diana Daubert, since when did the federation take over the organizing the Tet Parade? Was it 2012? Yes, I believe so. So every time, I know that I met with staff when I first came on board in 2016, and the biggest complaint was that every time there's a new president of the federation, they have like a brand new person going on a learning curve all over again. Whereas Diana Daubert, who will be there, and she has been there for over 20 years, to help you, and as she helped Phat Bui's group as well. So, you know, to be fair to the applicant, we appreciate that you are volunteering to do this for the community. And I'd like you to be inclusive. I want you to include every group, and so that it doesn't become a liability for us as a city when we exclude a group. I know that in the past that has happened. And so I'm not worried about your experience, okay? And regarding the comment about nonprofit organization, nobody opens a new organization, or shall I say nonprofit, without, and getting the nonprofit like 503(1)(c) right away. So it does take time, and that is legit, okay? So there's nothing shady about that. If you ever open a 501(c), you know that you do have to operate and show some track record before you could be granted one. So really, it isn't a problem when you don't have one, but you did apply, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So when the time comes, when the IRS looks at your papers and your track record, and if you know, when they do your audit and they show that you've proven yourselves, then perhaps in the next 6 months to a year, you will have that nonprofit status. Okay, 501c3.
All right.
But anyway, thank you, and
Thank you.
that's all
All
I have
right,
to
we
say.
have a motion and a second on the floor. I would like to call for a question. Yes, we have a motion and a second on the floor.
Does it not? Oh, voting mode. Just kidding. There you go. Councilmember Contreras-Sando.
I just wanted to say for the record that I personally know some of these people here, and I respect them. But my concern for me is we've had this last group for the last 6-7 years, and I know it's been made personal about a certain individual, but I know a number of business owners that really work hard on that parade every year, the past 7 years, really hard. They have raffles, like mainly jewelry. They really go out of their way, and they get really passionate about this parade, and they do a lot of work, and they've been around for almost 7 years, and I personally never seen any issues. Like every function in our community, it starts late sometimes. Like every event, I don't know what event doesn't start late in Westminster. I just feel that never had any issues with there's never been any sort of discipline or major concerns, safety issues. I think it's always been an event of celebration and community. And in all fairness, there's never been a case brought before me or the council that said, hey, these guys are no good. We should take it away from them. 7 years, I mean, that's a pretty good track record. Like every other group in the community, made up of community individuals that don't do that for a living, they've always they strive every year to make a great celebration for our community. And I would hate to see our community divided, and I think taking that opportunity from that Tet Parade group that's been doing it for 7 years and telling them they can no longer do it, to me, is a bit unfair. So I can, in good conscience, fully support your efforts, but I don't want to vote against you, but I want to give you the opportunity to do what you feel like you can do. But I would have to say that, again, 7 years, we've never seen any no one's died. There's never been a riot. There's never been anything that's been horrible from this last group. All I ever seen is a community that came together, that's pooled their resources together, that's had raffles and donated hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, Michael Dow himself has donated thousands of dollars to that parade to make it successful, and I just don't feel right just completely turning my back on that group. So that's the only reason why I'm voting the way I'm voting, just for the record.
All right, that motion carried 3-1-1 with Councilmember Doe voting no, Councilmember Contreras abstaining, and it's to approve the special event permit to Little Saigon Westminster Tet Parade Organization, Vietnamese Community of the, Vietnamese Community of the Southern Californians, and Committee of Maintaining the Rightful National Flag of Republic of Vietnam.
Thank you.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor.
All
Thank
right,
you, Vice
Council,
Mayor.
that you want to continue like the rest of the agenda?
Let's do the consent calendar.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, we have consent
Mr.
calendar.
Mayor, I'm going to recommend that you do the consent calendar and at least item 4.1.
All right.